Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Bon Air Christian Church Yoga with Linda. I'm Linda, and it's so nice to have you here today. Thank you for showing up, for making it to your mat to give yourself a little bit of me time to explore the sensations in your body and just bring some energy and healing into your mind, body, and spirit. So today's practice will be a little bit of everything, mostly a slow flow, but we will maybe go into yin poses towards the end. The focus today, as has been for the past few sessions, is on the breath and the spine. So breath awareness and spinal awareness. Our scripture for today is John 6:63, and Jesus said to them, "The Spirit gives life, the flesh counts for nothing. The words I have spoken to you are spirit, and they are life." So here we are, spirit contained in this flesh, this body form, this corporal form. And yet, the body counts for nothing. The flesh counts for nothing. So as we work through our session today, let's consider the power of breath, in Sanskrit pranayama, which is the life force, the spirit. Breathing in and out through the nose, just take a moment to find some stillness here. Maybe you want to be seated on a blanket, maybe on a block, and you might want to have a few blocks with you today. If not, no worries. So just a moment to find stillness, gratitude, breathing in and out through the nose. If you're having a hard time finding energy today, you're not alone. So bring to this practice what you can. Maybe you will even end up with more energy. That's always the hope. And positive energy, good, healthy, harmonizing energy. So maybe with your eyes closed or a soft gaze at the floor in front of you. Breathing in and out through the nose, feeling the breath rise in the chest and fall in the chest. Bring your awareness to your spine, the base of your spine reaching towards the earth, the crown of your head reaching towards heaven. Shoulders are back and down, knitting belly button to spine, sitting nice and tall. And while here with eyes closed, breathing in and out through the nose, encounter the beauty of the Holy Spirit, the Spirit within you. Become aware of the movement in and out through the nose. Become aware of healing with every intake and every exhale. And as we begin our practice, we'll bring our hands to heart center, pressing the palms gently into one another, maybe pushing a little bit harder, shoulders back and down, belly button knitted to spine. We're going to inhale through our nose and exhale with the sound of Om. Inhaling to chant, big breath in. Palms come down to the knees. Once again, finding breath, finding your awareness as we begin our practice. Inhale, arms come out to the side, rising all the way to the top, and exhale, slowly, arms come down back to your side. Sunrise, inhale, exhale. Last one here, inhale, exhale, arms come down by your sides. Form an L shape with your index finger and your thumb, and bring the back of your thumb to the, your thumb to the back of the ribs, and maybe your index finger underneath the rib cage, and let your other fingers splay in front. We're going to just play a little bit with breath. So on an inhale, first inhale, I want you to inhale deeply through your chest. So inhaling. And see if you can make your chest just rise and fall. If you can isolate that breath. The next time we'll do 3 breaths. See if you can expand the rib cage out and back. So inhale, expand, exhale. Inhaling, expand, exhale. Last one here, inhale, exhale. And this time, keeping our hands here, we're going to inhale and expand our belly like we have a Buddha belly. So inhale, really puff it out, exhale. Push it out, that lower belly. Inhale, exhale. Last one, inhale, exhale. Now see if you can get all components working together. Big breath in, exhale. 2 more times in breath. Exhale. Last one, puff as big as you can. Hold it and exhale. Palms come to the side. We're going to do 3 big energy. Inhale and exhale through the mouth. So inhaling, release. Inhale, inhale. Great job. Inhale, center. Exhale, right ear comes down towards the right shoulder. So in your picture, it looks like my left, but use your right. Extend your left arm out, splay the fingers, pinky comes down to the mat. Spine is nice and tall. Inhale, right arm comes out, up and over if you like, and just place it on the top of your head, adding a little more weight. Continue breathing in and out through the nose, finding release in your neck. Last deep inhale here and exhale. On your next inhale, release your right arm. Bring it down to the side and just let your head hang over your ear. On your next inhale, bring your right hand up to your head, and as you exhale, allow your hand to help bring your head back to center. You may feel some funny sounds, some cracking or popping. That's okay. This time, opposite side, inhale, center. Exhale, left ear falls towards the left shoulder. And you might just stay here the whole time, but you can begin to add a little bit more tension by placing your right hand out to the side, dropping your pinky or middle finger, ring finger to the floor. Your next inhale, left arm comes out, up and over, and you just lay it on top of your head. No pulling, no pushing, just relax it there, breathing in and out through the nose, really releasing that neck. On your next inhale, release your left arm, keeping your ear towards that left shoulder. Your next inhale, bring it back up. place it on your head, and as you exhale, bring your head back to center and release your arms. Drop the chin slightly to the chest and just feel the sensation. Bringing your nose back to center. Look over your right shoulder. Inhale back to center. Exhale, look over your left shoulder. Inhale back to center. Right arm comes down. Left arm rises up and over. Push into your right hand and find that nice big side bend. You may want to look up to the sky. It gives you a different sensation, or stay where you are looking forward, or maybe even looking down at your mat. Inhale back to center, both arms rise. Exhale, left arm comes down to the mat. Inhale, as you exhale, push into your left palm. Right arm reaches up and over. Again, gaze can be on the mat out in front of you, or you can begin by looking up to the sky, to the ceiling. Find space and openness there. Breathing in and out through the nose. Inhale, center, arms rise. Exhale, bring them all the way down. Hands come to knees. Inhale, center. Exhale, look over your right shoulder. Right palm comes out and places itself between your cheekbone and your jawbone, and press equally from jaw to hand, hand to jaw or face. Smush face. Keep breathing in and out through the nose, applying slight tension. We're here for just 2 more breaths. Inhale, center, release your right hand, leave your head where it is. Inhale. Exhale, look over your right shoulder a little bit more. As you exhale, slowly bring it back to center. Take your time, there's no hurry here. If your legs are beginning to become numb, you can rock back and switch legs. That happens to me quite often. So we're going to the other side. Inhale, center. Exhale, look over your left shoulder. Left arm comes out, bend at the elbow, place the palm between the jawbone and the cheekbone, and apply equal pressure. Sitting nice and tall in your spine. A little bit of morning isometrics here to get that upper body moving. Apply that equal pressure. 1 more deep breath. Inhale, release the left arm. Keep your head where it is. Take an inhale. Exhale, look over your left shoulder. Finding more range of motion. Inhale, and as you exhale, slowly bring it back to center. Drop the chin slowly to the chest. Allow your nose to make a circle 1 way around the sun, very slowly. This is not a big movement. All the way around, back down, chin to chest. And inhale up, opposite side. Nose is pushing a ball of yarn. And you exhale, slowly coming down, chin to chest. Inhale, both arms rise. Exhale, right arm comes down behind you, left arm comes to the top of your thigh, right thigh. Inhale, center, sitting nice and tall. As you exhale, begin twisting from belly button, ribs, chest, shoulders, neck, head, eyes. 2 deep breaths here. Slowly as you inhale, come back to center, allowing arms to rise. These are slow, gentle motions. As you exhale, left arm comes down, right arm comes to the back of the knee. Inhale, center. Exhale, begin the twist from belly button to ribs, to chest, shoulders, neck, head, eyes. Inhale, slowly bring the arms back to center. Exhale, arms come down slowly to the knees. Just a gentle shake of your head, no and yes. From here, we're going to go to our tabletop pose. So you can place your arms behind you and shift your legs forward and come up on your knees. I encourage you to use some padding under your knees. And I have begun to do this more and more as I find that this is something that is very helpful to me. So take a moment here to find your tabletop. So as we go through this slow vinyasa, you might find a block or 2 blocks handy, because we will be doing a low lunge and hopefully going into a high lunge, and I'll show you a couple of ways we can do that. So first, let's just get a little bit of motion here. So palms come down to the mat underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips. Unflex your feet. Find your tabletop nice and straight. Head is also forward, so there's a nice flat back. We're going to do cat-cow, so inhale, lift the tailbone, drop the belly, lift the head. Exhale, drop your tailbone, lift your belly, drop the head. Inhale, lift the tailbone, drop the belly, lift the head. And visualize here as you exhale your spine and how it's curving. Also your breath, moving in and out of the body. 2 more at your own pace. Really feel that nice stretch when you're going into cat. Pull your belly button into your spine. And going into cow, this nice extension and our contraction. What are you feeling? What are the sensations? Do you find release here? So now we're going to work on our hand just a little bit, and we did this last week. We're going to take our right hand and place it so the fingers are actually pointing toward our knees. If that's too much for you, you can pull it out to the side. So we're going to stay here, and there's not a lot of weight on our hands. Most of our weight is in our hips, so in our knees. So we're going to do a small rotation to the right. You're going to pull back, and as much as is comfortable for you, you're going to feel this in your arm, in your wrist. And we're trying to give the wrist a different action, a little bit of a counter action from what we usually do in yoga. Reverse the other side. So slow circles. If it becomes too much for you, you obviously need to stop and maybe place your hand this way. 1 more circle. And take your right hand, place the palm so that the top of the hand is on the mat. 1 breath here. Inhale deeply. As you exhale, slowly bring your hips towards your heels. You can tuck your feet if you'd like. And just allow that hand to roll up and maybe push yourself up on your heels. Shake it out. If that's too difficult for your toes, you can leave your toes untucked. If you tuck them, you get a little bit of action in that, the arch of your foot, which is actually quite healthy. So shake them out. We'll go to the other side. Place the palms underneath the shoulders. Well, this time, left hand, the top of the hand goes to the mat. And we inhale and begin our rotation to the right with our hips. So you're controlling the sensation that you are getting in your wrist and in your arm. Hopefully this is not painful to your knees. If it is, try a little bit more padding. We're going the opposite side now. This will be counterclockwise for me. If you started that way, you're with me. And this time, I think I told you incorrectly. We were supposed to place our fingertips in the opposite direction, so I actually had you do your left side incorrectly, but that's okay. So this time, since we did it that way, and if you followed me, we're pointing our fingers towards our knees. And this time, as we bring our hips to our heels, knit that belly button to spine, we're going to lift. So you see this time my left hand is in a different position. We're going to slowly lift those fingers off the mat. Shake them out, shake them out, shake them out, shake them out. Because yeah, that's a lot of work. It also can be very stressful here, but that's an excellent stretch for your feet as well. So coming back onto tabletop, I'm going to remove my assistance here. So coming back just to tabletop briefly, we're going to tuck our toes. Hands are under the shoulders, maybe walk them out a little bit more. We're preparing for down dog. Knit the belly button to the spine. Inhale, center. Exhale, allow your tailbone to lift as you push up into your downward facing dog. Now notice how my heels are off the mat. This is because for me, really stretching out that Achilles takes me a long time. I did tear both of my Achilles tendons several years ago. So I'm very, very sensitive to how they feel and whether or not I can actually get them down on the mat some days. So we're stretching here and we want to get a nice release in that low back, knitting that belly button to spine, tailbones up towards the sky. Drop the head. How's your breath? So you're pedaling your dog. I want you to bring your feet a little bit closer to one another. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Toes are pointing down. Lift a little bit higher on an inhale. Point your toe and bend your leg. Look under your right arm. Straighten out that right leg. Close it off. Bend the right knee and slowly allow yourself to come forward. We're going to drop our foot. If you can bring it all the way through, that's great. I can't, so I have to give myself some help. So we're now preparing to drop that left knee to the mat. Untuck the toes. Our right knee is over the right ankle. You might decide you want to have blocks here. So if you do, this is a good time to grab them. I'm not going to use them at the moment. So inhale, as we inhale, push into our feet. Palms come to heart center. Anjali Mudra. Our low lunge. Inhale, maybe bring your arms high. One more inhale, maybe you bring a slight curve to your spine. Exhale, palms come back down to the heart. So here's where we're going to go into our high lunge. You might want to have blocks beside you to help you. I may need them. I've tried this a couple times today and I was kind of shaky. So palms come to heart center. Tuck the toes of your left foot. Inhale and come up into your high lunge. So if you needed to use props, that's fine. Stay here or inhale center. Arms rise. If you're shaky, you're not alone. Exhale, palms come back down to heart center. Palms come down to your blocks or to your mat. Inhale, as you exhale, bring your right leg back to meet your left. Push up and back into your downward facing dog. This time, feet are a little close together. Inhale, that left leg rises. Toes pointing down towards the mat. Point your toe, open up your hip. Look through your left arm. Get a nice stretch through your side. Inhale, straighten out your left leg, close the hip position. Inhale, bend that left knee, slowly bring that left knee in, like you're in slow motion. Untuck the foot. If you're like me, you need assistance, so I walk up. Bend your left knee, drop your right knee to the mat, untuck the toes. Left knee is over the left ankle. Palms are down on the mat. Belly button knitted to spine. Inhale, push in to your feet and rise. Low lunge. Inhale, center. Arms rise. Maybe give it a back bend on your next inhale. Exhale, palms come back down to heart center. If you need your blocks, grab them. If you don't, that's fine. Tuck the toes of your right leg. Inhale, and come on up to your high lunge. So you can see my right side's a little bit shaky this morning. So find your high lunge. Inhale, stay here, or inhale, arms rise. Another inhale, slight back bend. Exhale, palms come back to heart center. Exhale, come on down to the mat. Both palms find the outside edges of the foot. Bring that left foot back and push up and back into your downward facing dog. Great job. You can tell I'm slow this morning, but that's okay. All right, and we're going to slowly walk our feet towards the top of the mat. If it helps you, you can walk your hands. Maybe you walk your hands this way. Whatever works for you is great. We're going to do a couple just of slow waterfall flows before we take it down a little. You can tell I'm losing my voice, so we're here. Maybe you want to bend your knees just a little bit and grab opposite elbows and drop your head. So this is bringing relief and release to the low back. So while here, find your breath. Maybe take an exhale through the mouth. Can you encounter God in every breath? Every inhale, every exhale. Exploring your breath, being curious about your body and the spirit that dwells within. Bring the palms to the mat, bend your knees deeply, maybe lift up your toes, push into your heels, slowly round, round, just standing. Gently bring those arms behind you in a backward swan dive. Really stretching out that spine, arms overhead, maybe look between your fingers. Palms come together, belly button is knitted to the spine. Slowly bring those arms down to heart center. Anjali Mudra, feel the work that you've done. We're going to do just a couple more of these just to get a little bit of flow before we slow it down. So inhale, arms rise. Exhale, rain it down slowly. So fingertips should be touching something. So if they're not, you might want to use blocks or a book. Some people like to place their hands here. Fingertips on the mat, whatever works for you. You can bend your knees if you need to. So we're just hanging, head is loose. Shake your head, yes, no. If you need a lot of release, bring that belly closer to your thighs, maybe more of a bend in your knees. So breathe air into the low back and feel it release as you exhale. Preparing to rise, bend the knees deeply. Inhale, bring the toes up. Push into your feet, the ball of your feet, the heel of your foot. As you slowly rise, tucking chin to chest, give me that backward swan dive. Slight back bend, palms come together, heart center, Anjali Mudra. This time we will add Arda Uttanasana, which is half forward fold. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, forward fold, slowly rain it down, drop the head, inhale. Allow your fingers to just sort of climb up your legs to a flat back. Your gaze is down at your mat. Inhale, allow your fingers just to roll down your legs, touch your mat, bend your knees, push into your feet, come all the way up to standing. This time we're going to do a standing pose. So I want you to bring your feet a little bit closer together. You may have to move back a little. Bring your big toes close to one another. And we want to make sure when we do chair pose, we're going into chair, that our knees do not go over our toes. So this can be challenging for everyone, and we can be very wobbly. So shoulders back and down, palms together at heart center. As we inhale, we're going to begin slowly sitting into the chair and allow our arms to come forward and up by our ears. If that's too much for you, you can keep your arms here and press into your palms. So we're sitting into that chair. The deeper you go, the more stressful this is, but better for you. And slowly you will work your way towards chair. Now you notice my tailbone is really pushed out. I have to tuck it in. I have a very swayed tailbone. Inhale, center, lift the toes, push into your feet with your toes lifted, come back. Palms come to heart center. Nice job. So widen your stance. I'll face this way. So we're going to widen our stance. Our toes are going to be pointed out, maybe 45 degrees, sort of towards the edges of our mat. Place your thumb and your fingers right above your pelvis. Get nice and tall as you inhale. Straighten out the spine as you exhale. Slowly allow yourself to hinge forward. So you're here. Allow the arms to come out to the side. Slowly allow your back, as you exhale, just to round and bring your hands to wherever they land. So for many of you, you might say, oh yeah, I need these blocks. This is a great time to use blocks, so please do so. If you don't need them, grab the opposite ankle and allow your head just to drop. Inhale, center. Reach your right hand over towards your left foot. Just feel a small little side bend. Inhale, come back to center. Maybe place your palms on the floor. You can keep them here. Inhale, center. As you exhale, allow your left hand to reach over towards that left foot, keeping your head down. You'll feel a stretch in the back of the legs. Once again, bringing palms to center. If you need blocks, use blocks. We're here for just 2 breaths. So inhaling, exhale. Inhale and exhale. This time we're going into Garland Pose. So bending the knees, you might need to bring them in, right into tippy toes, so your feet in, and slowly allow yourself to come down into Garland Pose. If this is hard for you, sitting on a block or 2 blocks will be really helpful. So here we want to use our elbows to balance us. So if you need a block, stay on a block, but if you don't need one or want to just practice, you might fall over, which I've done many times. So inhale here. In and out through the nose. This can be very challenging, pushing arms into legs, legs into arms. On your next exhale, allow your hands to come down to your mat and work your way down to your knees. So I need to, because I changed to look at you, I want to be here. So you're on your knees. Let's go into Child's Pose. Give ourselves a little bit of release. So if you want your hands extended out in front of you, you might want to have legs closed or open. This is for you just to relax and take a moment for yourself here. We've done a lot with our back and our breathing today. Plant your palms wherever you are on your mat and slowly allow yourself to rise. Come over on one hip or the other and straighten out your legs in front of you. Sit nice and tall. So this is Dandasana, staff pose. And we're just going to take some time now to do a little forward fold and relax. So flex your feet. Inhale, slowly walk yourself forward. So you can see my back is straight, but then I need to begin, I can't go straight anymore, so I need to begin to gently fold over. So wherever you are, you might be here, you might even be here. So wherever you begin to feel a little bit of tension, if it's too much, you pull back. So we're here for just a few breaths. Letting everything go, really finding release in that low back. And yes, you might feel tension with your straight legs. You might have legs that have a little bit of a bend. It's all okay. Just be where you are today. Remember, the body is nothing. It's the spirit. It is everything. Follow your breath. Let everything release. When you're ready, on your next inhale, slowly allow your hands to gently massage your legs as you pull yourself back to a nice tall seat. Let's flex and point the toes. Maybe make circles one way and circles the other. We're going to do the same with our hands. Flex, point, flex, point. Circles one way, circles the other way. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Okay, we're coming down on our side. So bend your knees, find yourself on one side or the other, and gently roll over onto your back. So shoulder blades touching the mat. Knees are bent, feet are parallel with the hips. We're going to go into a slight bridge. So as we inhale, we're going to push into our feet and rise. You want to keep your head so straight on the mat. I'm turning mine just so you know we're together on this. So breathing in and out through the nose, really firing up your legs. Bring your thighs towards each other. Squeeze the glutes. If you want to rise higher on the next breath, you can. You're creating a nice back bend here. Getting really strong. We got one more breath here. On your next exhale, you're going to slowly allow yourself to come down vertebrae for vertebrae, starting with your upper back, mid back, and finally lower back. Bring your right knee into your chest, your left knee into your chest. Interlace your fingers and rock gently back and forth. Stretch out that right leg. Stretch out that left leg. Arms come overhead. And arms come by your side, bending both legs. Inhale, right knee comes to chest. Right ankle is placed over the left knee. As we inhale, we rise, grasp behind the left thigh, and slowly come down. Flex the feet. We're here for just a few breaths. Remember, there are many different variations of this that you can do. So if you find it hard, you can rest a foot on a block or even 2 blocks, and or stay where you are while I'm talking. You can place a block underneath your head, and sometimes you need both, and that's fine. So you do what you can to give yourself some relief. So we're working on the piriformis muscle, which gives us tremendous relief in the L4 and L5, and if you have sciatica. On your next exhale, allow your left foot to come down to the mat. Right knee comes into the chest. Right leg straightens out, left leg straightens out, arms overhead. Nice big stretch. Arms come by the side, bend both knees. Bring the left knee into the chest. Left ankle over the right knee, flex the foot. Inhale, bring that right knee up. Clasp behind your thigh and slowly lower down. Again, wherever you need props, take time to get yourself in position. We're here for just a few breaths. On your next exhale, allow your right knee to come down to the mat. Left knee comes into the chest. Left leg goes straight. Right leg straightens out. Both arms up overhead. Maybe wiggle your hands and feet. And our last pose before Shavasana, bend both knees. Arms come down by your side. Inhale, center. Exhale, allow both knees to come down to the mat. So this is a nice twist, but for some people that knee has a difficult time getting down, so a block needs to meet something. If your outer knee is resting on the mat or on something, you're fine. The other knee is okay just where it is. Left arm can go out to the side or up over the head. Face can be straight up to the sky, or you can turn to the left. We're here for just a few breaths. If you need more intensity, you take your right leg, place that foot over the knee, and allow it to rest there. And that may be okay for one side, but not okay for another, so you need to be the judge for that. So we're in this twist for 2 more breaths. If you place your foot on your opposite leg, release that. Place that right foot on the mat, flex the foot, inhale, push into that right foot, flex that right, get really strong in your right thigh, and allow both knees to float back to center. Arm comes back down. And I need to wiggle myself a little bit on the mat because I don't have much space over here. So going to the other side, inhale, center. Exhale, allow both knees to drop to the other side. If you want to place that foot over top of the knee, you can. It's too much for my right side, so I'm not. If you need a block, use a block. And this time, maybe right arm comes out to the side, up over the head. Wherever you would like it to be, your gaze can be straight up. If you have your arm out to the side, you might turn your head as well. I like my arm overhead, so that's where I'm going to be. So today, considering our breath, our spine, bringing nourishment and harmony into the body with every inhale, and releasing all wanted tension and stress with every exhale. Creating space for spirit. So if you have your left foot placed on top of your right knee, please remove it. Flex your left foot on the mat. Activate your left thigh. Begin slowly allowing both knees to float back to center. And maybe your arm comes back down from overhead. Find a little bit of wiggle so you get back to the center of your mat. Bring your right knee in and your left knee into your chest, and let's rock back and forth. Breathing into the low spine. So think of your lumbar spine receiving as much oxygen as you can possibly bring it. So really getting that big Buddha breath, that belly breath down to the base of the spine, and release as you exhale. And finding stillness in the center, release your right knee and your left knee. Arms come down to your sides, straighten out your right leg and then your left leg. Bring your arms back up to center, over the head, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Anything that needs wiggling or shaking, now's the time to do it. Arms come back by the sides, eyes closed for Shavasana. And you will be in Shavasana for 2 minutes. And while here, consider the blessings of life. Bring gratitude and energy to every cell of your body. And take it a little bit further and bring gratitude and energy to those around you. Bringing love, positivity, thankfulness, maybe humbleness, thanksgiving, blessings to yourself, to your loved ones, to acquaintances, communities nearby, across the globe, and out into the universe. And I will end Shavasana today with a chant. So you have 2 minutes, beginning now. Tamatoma Satgamaya. Tamasoma Satgamaya. Virtuma Amategamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Maybe begin wiggling your fingers and your toes and stretching one way and the other way. Circle your wrists and your ankles one way and then circle them another way. Just let your limbs flop to your mat. When you're ready, roll to one side or the other. Finding stillness in your breath, and slowly work your way to a seated position. May you find beauty with each breath. May you find strength with each breath. May you find joy and love, peace and healing with each breath. Thank you for joining me in class today. You are beautiful, you are loved, you are energy, you are spirit. Bring your palms to your head and whisper with me as you bow gently, Namaste. Goodbye, everyone. Have a great day. I hope you enjoyed this practice. See you next week.